wait till you they fine. It is that song is actually very old, and it's still so beautiful, so amazing, still so danceable. Well, why did I have to play that song? Why did I have to play that song? Oh, it is Thursday. It is Throwback Thursday. Yeah, that's the reason why. I mean, this is the day in that week, in the week where we get to go back down memory lane, think about those things that we did back then as kids, as people growing up in the Civil War. Like my dad would say, I grew up in the time of the Biafran War, and it was very, very devastating. All these songs that you're listening to today, they got not much the kind of songs that we listened to back then. Songs those days were the real songs. I'm like, okay, all right, Dad, it's okay, thank you very much. Anyways, good morning and welcome to another great amazing moment, another great amazing day that the Lord has made right here on Vicky Lonia Radio, which is of course yours truly solely for your listening pleasure. And on the MRC is the queen of the MRC, Vicky Lonia. So today I am so excited because I really have this great energy, this great positive vibes inside of me that I really want to give out right now. And talking about positive energy and positive vibes, ladies and gentlemen, my great amazing listeners, I am officially welcoming you to the first official program of the day right here on Vicky Lonia Radio, ROOSTER CALL. Yes, the ROOSTER CALL program where we get to drive away all the negative energies inside of us and fill our minds with positive energy. So, what exactly are we going to be talking about today on ROOSTER CALL? You want to know? Yes, I know you want to know. But before then, how about we bring the action?
Bring the action.
We're ready to go ahead and bring the action. So today on ROOSTER CALL, we are going to be looking at energy. Yes, we are going to be looking at huge energy. And this huge energy we're going to be looking at today is called leadership. Leadership. How the servant is actually the real leader. How the servant is the real leader. How you have to be a servant in order to be a leader. You should know the characteristics of being a leader. You should know what it takes to be a leader. You should know that being a leader means being a servant. Because you're serving people. You're serving them by leading them. Understand that point. Okay, understand that particular phrase. You are leading them by, you are serving them by leading them. Leadership, it is something that it's a status that we all have, one way or the other. Even a follower is a leader. Okay, even the last born in your family is a leader in his own world, in one way or the other. Wherever you are, even in the lowest rank, even the lowest rank in the army are also leaders in their rank. Okay, so in every area of life, in every in every part of your life, wherever it is you are a leader in your own right. So how exactly do you carry out your leadership duties if you do not know what it takes to be a leader? So today on ROOSTER CALL, let's look at those positive vibes about leadership. I have me, as usual, a compilation of quotes. I'm not just going to talk on my own accord, okay? I'm having famous quotes backing up my points. All right, so I have a compilation of quotes from these famous quotes, and that's exactly what we are going to be looking at, okay? We're going to look at these few quotes, and they should help us understand what we need to understand about leadership. Are you ready? Now, we're ready. Good. So the first one here is by Catherine Pulsifer, my favorite quoter. I don't know if she's yours. And she said, a leader is one who is more interested in the success of their people than the success of themselves. As a leader, you have to be more interested in your people than you are interested in yourself. The next one here is by Dr. Henry Cloud. And he said, leaders who seek power and control end up losing both. When you sit down there in your high and mighty throne with believing you've got all the power and control, wanting more and suppressing your followers, putting them in fear, then trust me, you're going to lose both the power and the control that you're looking for. All right, the next one here is by Catherine Pulsifer again, and she said, a leadership position is one that requires many different skills. It is an activity that is sometimes hard to measure, but the results of the team will determine the leader's success, okay? The leader's success is determinant on his followers, and the success of his followers is determinant on the leader. So both of them have to work hand in hand, but make sure that you know that you are the leader here. But as a leader, you ought to also be a follower. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. All right, the next one here is by Winston Churchill, and he said, an accepted leader has only to be sure of what is best to do, or at least to have made up his mind about it, okay? As a leader, you should know that you are responsible for every decision you take. Be ready to take decisions, no matter how hard they are. Not every of your followers is going to be happy with the decisions you've taken, but as long as you know that that decision is actually what is best to do at the moment, hey, go ahead, make up your mind, take decisions, and act towards it. Your followers will follow you, because they trust you. They know that no matter how bad they feel about the decision, even though it's not comfortable for them, they just have to follow. Okay, because they know that at the end of the tunnel, there is a light. All right, this next one here is by Keith and Maya, and they said, effective leaders inspire and motivate people to follow their visions willingly, not fear. Not through fear, not out of fear. You inspire and motivate your people, and they will follow you eagerly and willingly, not out of fear. Okay, not out of fear of what you're going to do to them if they don't do what you ask them to do. Good. And then the next one here is by Christina Divini, and she said, your values are who you are, and they represent who you will lead. Okay, your values are who you are, and they will represent who you will lead. So, make up your mind that your values today, as from today, will be great. Your values will be something that people will look at and they want to be just like you. All right, this next one here, this is by Rin Rose, and she said, one of the greatest, smartest things you can do as a manager is to hire the right person and then bring them and keep them happy. Happy workers tend to take less time off work and are more likely to stay with their employers. Okay, this is as regards to the business arena, the business world. Okay, as an employer, employ people, but don't employ them and make them sad. Don't employ them and keep them at the same level that they were when they got to start working for you. It's not all about the big amount of salary you're paying them or the incentives that comes with it. No. Happiness matters a lot. How exactly are you making your workers happy? Apart from the financial things, apart from the financial gains they get from working for you, well, how else do you make them happy? Truly, that makes us followers happy. So that you make your workers happy so much that the day you don't have salary to pay them, they are still eager to work for you because they are happy working for you. It inspires loyalty. Good. Now, this next one here is by Janine Latini, and she said, the greatest gift a leader can get is the gift of feedback. When someone takes the time to pause, reflect on what happened, and communicate back what they saw and heard, and how it made them feel and act, they have offered the greatest gift of all to you as a leader. As a leader, when someone comes to you and say, oh, I saw you do this, and I did it, and this is how it made me feel. It made me feel good. You should be happy because someone is watching, someone is looking. And if the person says it made me feel bad, you should also be happy because it only means that people are watching. Look, when people don't bring back feedback, when they don't bring feedback to you, that is to say you don't even exist. That is to say they don't even take note of your existence. But when they bring back feedback, even if it is good or bad, be happy. And then if the feedback is bad, you learn from it, okay, and try not to repeat it again. Good. A good leader has great followers that watch and listen and act like him. And when they feel bad or good about anything, they come back to him and tell him, this is how we felt, okay? And then the leader learns from the negative results that came from whatever it is that he did. And still, he remains a good leader because he listened. Great. You grant your followers a listening ear. Okay, now this next one here is by Brian and Catherine Pusifer, husband and wife, and they said, so often you hear leaders state they are coaches, but when you look at where their priorities are, it is not with their people, it is usually with the outside customer. Look, as a leader, don't just be a coach. Don't be all about other people outside your followers. Be more concerned about your followers. Okay, this next one here is by David Hunter, and he said, while it is essential for a leader to mobilize commitments to high performance at all levels of an organization, it is equally essential for leaders to stimulate performance and anxiety and drive concerns about status quo downward through the organization. Okay, be more concerned about the people working for you than the people outside. It is very important because when the people working for you are happy, you get more out of your company. Great. And the next one here is by William Author, and he said, blessed is he who has learned to admire but not envy, to follow but not imitate, to praise but not flatter, and to lead but not manipulate. Lead your people, don't manipulate them. Great. Next one here is by Lisa Kados, and she said, the best way for us to perhaps influence others is to instead focus on ourselves by doing our best. Then others will be influenced from leadership by example. I told you, in order for you to lead, you have to be a servant. First of all, do what you want them to do. Act the way you want them to act. Be what you want them to be. That way, they will look at you, they will listen, and they will act, they will follow. You don't need to command it by words. You just need to act it. You just need to do it. Okay? First of all, you have to serve in order to be a leader. You have to first of all serve in order to be a leader. I really do hope that this great compilation of quotes about being a leader or leadership is really, really going a long way to help you. And of course, the program is gradually coming to a close, and I am not so happy because there's never enough time to do great things. But the little time I've got, I will use it solely for your listening pleasure. All right, just before I round off, I've got this last one here, and this one here says, you get what you focus on. The key is taught all over the world in leadership and management classes. The idea is that whatever you highlight and affirm in your staff, you will get more of it. And finally, being trustworthy is the most important characteristics of a leader. Your team should be able to trust you and your word. That is by Gavin McGuinness. Okay? Being trustworthy is the most important characteristics of a leader. Your team should be able to trust your word. Your team should be able to trust you. Great. So now that you know this little tidbit about leadership, apply that to your life as a leader. But have in mind that wherever you are, whatever you do, you are a leader in your own right, okay? So act like a leader. Be a leader, okay? Be the leader. Be a leader who is also a servant. Serve your people. Serve them by what? Leading them, okay? Lead them by what? Serving them. Great. Whoa, I feel the vibes already. I do hope you're feeling the vibes, just the way I'm feeling it. It's inside of me, and I'm so ready to dish it out. The energy need. Well, it's been so great right here on the program Rooster Call, and I do hope that you have really learned from this, as I have also learned from it. I learned a great deal, and I decided to share with you. That is the reason why Rooster Call is here, to take away all the negative and negative vibes and negative energy and replace it with positive vibes and positive energy, because that is what life is all about. To make you open to all the colors of life. It's not just black and white. There are other shades to life. Thank you so much for being a part of the program, and this is where I, close it up. And trust me, don't forget to share this podcast to others. You probably will end up inspiring the life of someone right about now. All right, thank you so much, and tune in again by 12 p.m. for the next program. Doc Talk. We are going to be talking about your health and your total well-being. All right, I'm going to be closing up with bring the action.
Bring the action.